And Thanksgiving is this week, a time when we feast. And you know, those rich holiday foods can do a number on our digestive system, but you can get it into fighting form with foods that keep the good bacteria in your gut doing their job and helping you stay balanced. We have nutritionist Sue Moores from Kowalski's Markets with us today to get us moving with some tips. Thanks so much for coming in.
You bet.
Well, this is a time when we do like to eat those sugary foods that are so good, but there's things that we can do kind of a pre-game to make sure that we're going to digest everything as we should.
Yeah, so we've talked before about this community of bacteria that's in our gut, and it's so influential to our overall health, and it does affect how we digest foods, and it affects how we absorb calories.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we can maybe better absorb calories in the more effective way.
Yes,
by
definitely.
eating certain foods. I see you brought in a nice, beautiful basket of veggies and fruits.
So the big conversation net out is what feeds the good bacteria in our gut is fiber. And some foods are better sources of the right kind of fiber. Any fiber's great, but these foods in particular, artichokes and asparagus and pears and apples and such and beans, they feed better the good bacteria. So it's this teeter-totter relationship, and as much as we can feed the good and not forget that our bad is getting fed through with all those sugary decadent foods, just to not leave out the good is important. So it's some switch outs that we can do.
Okay, and you brought some examples of what we can easily switch out, starting with the morning of.
Yeah, so if you're doing a regular flake cereal, your usual cereal, oats and barley are terrific of that good fiber that feeds good bacteria. And so if you just had a bowl of granola or a bowl of oatmeal with some apples or bananas or dried fruit on it, really great.
Okay.
If you switch your dinner rolls from the regular white to just a whole grain dinner roll, perfect.
That's easy.
Same with potatoes, matched versus ones with skin on. Pretty easy to do.
Skin is good for you.
Yeah, and so cranberry, same. Go with a whole berry versus the maybe more pureed type of cranberry. All good, and stuffings, and just bring on those vegetables. So any way that you can infuse some really delicious but also fiber-filled foods is a good thing. You
brought a salad here. We've just got a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so we've got this on your website, but just throw in a greens salad. This one's got avocado, which is terrific, and some grapefruit vinaigrette, really great. And then leftovers-wise, if you've got some turkey, make a chili or something with some beans in it, a leftover. So continue to keep feeding that good bacteria all season long.
We know that you love finding recipes where we can sneak some beans in, and what a wonderful idea, especially for the cold months ahead.
Right, for sure.
Right. Sue, thanks so much for coming in, guys. Well, with the holidays almost here, for many of us, that means a little change in our eating habits. That's okay. There are some things that you can do to help get your gut ready for it. Joining us now is Kowalski's nutritionist, Sue Moores. Thanks so much for coming in.
You bet.
I love this, that we can be proactive because we all like to eat the bad foods during this time of year, but there are things that you can do to make it okay. Let's talk about that.
So there's this community of bacteria that sits in our gut that helps with digestion and affects how we absorb calories. And with the holidays, there's these super rich, sugary kinds of food that sort of swings up to the favor of the not so great bacteria being excited about that great food. But you can swing it back to the good bacteria if you feed it with, by and large, fiber-rich foods. And it's pretty easy to make some substitutions along the way with the holiday meals, so the good guys have sort of a fighting chance to keep you well.
Okay, well, and you brought in some examples of substitutes here, and it starts with what you have for breakfast.
Yeah, so instead of doing something like a flake cereal, oats and barley and those whole grains are really good for your bacteria. So some sort of a granola with apples or bananas or pears on top, or a dried fruit, or a bowl of oatmeal, really great.
Okay, and also at the Thanksgiving dinner table, you're going to have bread.
Yeah, so why not switch it out? There's some really great, crusty, whole grain kinds of rolls and such. So if you go with a bread like that, warm it up with a nice little smear of butter on it, super great. So switch out for a whole grain versus those Parker rolls.
I know our bread basket always has a variety. We also always have different kinds of cranberries, and it makes a difference.
Yeah, so if you go with the whole cranberries, there's great cranberry relishes and orange zest relishes and all, instead of the more pureed, all good stuffing. You can find whole grain breads and potatoes. Keep the skin on, do a roasted with some great herbs versus the mashed. All of that extra fiber is feeding the guys down there to make you happy.
Okay, and you brought in this beautiful salad. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this is at sort of those heavy, rich meals. I think people really enjoy a fresh salad with some
light.
Yep. So we've got a recipe on the website. So it's arugula, great arugula with some avocado, which is terrific in that fiber. Some grapefruit sections, goat cheese, and cashews or walnuts chopped in there.
Yum.
And then pea shoots and this vinaigrette, which is made with grapefruit juice, rice vinegar, avocado oil, and it's just a bright, fresh way to sort of add additional extra color to your meal with a lot of good stuff in for your bacteria.
Super easy to put together, and you also brought in an idea for leftover turkey. We know we all have them. I prefer turkey sandwiches, but I like your idea. You brought in a chili here.
Yep, we've got it on the website as well, a recipe for a bean soup or a bean chili with turkey. And so it's a great way to use up some of that turkey, extra vegetables in, and then beans are so great for feeding that really good bacteria. The balance swings up in your favor.
Oh, we need all the help we can get this time of year. Sue, thanks so much for coming in, and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Appreciate it.